Elite FA will host Limehall FC. Good night.
CVM News at 7 Tuesday, brought to you by
New KFC Saucy Wings. Available in sweet red chili and citrus chipotle barbecue. KFC, it's finger licking good.
Looking for reliable ICT technical support in the Caribbean? Look no further than Connex. Stay connected with your loved ones and businesses no matter where you are in paradise. Connex keeps you connected. Upgrade your network and embrace solar energy for your schools and businesses. Connex ensures seamless connectivity and sustainability. Connex, your trusted partner for telecom networking, software development, and solar installations. We design, install, connect, we deliver.
What is love? Love is when my uncle gave me the money to help start my shop. My auntie and I made her famous recipe even more delicious. And it starts with the best dressed chicken and a little extra love. No, my shop is famous to the people that matter the most to me, my community. So I only serve the best dressed chicken. Raised without antibiotics, it's only the best for my customers. If anyone's going to add something to my best dressed chicken,
it's going to be me.
Only the best can be called the best dressed chicken.
Food drink is everything you need to support your family's nutrition. Have it at home or take it with you every day for all-day energy. Lasco Food Drink has your favorite flavors, including low-sugar options so you sacrifice nothing. Packed with protein, calcium, vitamins, minerals, including iron. Lasco Food Drink is the winning taste and nutrition for your family. Nutrition never tasted so good.
Also try Lasco Soy as a lactose-free alternative.
Popeyes Challenge Cup, powered by Popeyes, Lasco, Connex, Best Dressed Chicken, Red Stripe, Mackay Security.
Here we are in the parish of St. Elizabeth, Popeyes Challenge Cup Round 2 fixture. This time we have Stets Elite versus Limehall Academy. We pause for the national anthem of Jamaica. Beautiful anthem, the anthem of Jamaica, as the team from St. Anne Lime Hall Academy in that brand spanking New Jersey, courtesy of Soccer Express. They march across the referee and greet the opposing team, the home team in this fixture, Stets Elite. And this team, certainly an extension of the St. Elizabeth High School, the Costa Cup team program. So many of those players played in the Costa Cup in rural area football last year, and they represent at this level. Augurs well for the development of football in the parish, of course. Another team, Treasure Beach, in the JPL, have retained their position in the JPL in top flight Jamaican football. So happy to see this kind of development in St. Elizabeth. Rainy conditions here at St. Elizabeth Technical High School. 2 weeks without rain, I was reliably told, but all of a sudden the Popeyes Challenge Cup came with the showers of blessing as well. And the well-watered lawn have further been revived. Here's the Stets Elite starting lineup. Janoy Stedman in goal, Dante Hewitt, Amari Lewis, Malik Wellington, Kaim Lewis, the Trinbagonian, Kenoy Banton, Tajay Stevens, Shamar Stewart, Cheyenne George, Prince Perry, and Kaya J. Antonio. They're coached by Omar Rambo Wedderburn. Here's Lime Hall Academy. Leonardo Saunders in goal, Ronaldo Hansen, Denali Kelly, Javari Mitchell, Devontae Redmond, Sajay Anderson, Carlos Campbell, Shaquille Kane, Diego McKenzie, Rohan Sewell, and Jolanda Williams. They're coached by Pete McKenzie. Dean Smith in commentary with me still, Dwight Jeremiah. And Dwight, rainy conditions, but we're still alive for the football, aren't we?
We're still alive, and we've managed to stay dry where we're at. That's a good thing. It wasn't easy, but we are. But on the field here, it's going to be a lot of slippery situations we think will happen. We'll look at the starting lineup. You just went through them. Lime Hall, got the win in the last game that we televised, so they're getting their second consecutive televised game. It's exact starting lineup like the last time out. And they would have gotten the better of Wi-Fi United last time out at Drax Hall, and exact same lineup this time out. For the Stets Elite team, interesting to note that players on the park would have represented St. Elizabeth Technical and won the Da Costa Cup. So in their squad today, as we see a player down pretty early, I'm not quite sure what happened there. Maybe we could have another look at it in terms of how serious that tackle was. It's slippery conditions, not sure if it was deliberate or it might have been. So often we see in these type of condition, Deans, that players just lose their footing and cause them to commit an infringement. Not purposely doing so, but we wait to see what we have a look at that. I was saying about the Stets Elite team that in this squad today, about 5 players, only 5 players that would be pretty much out for next season, but most of them in this squad will be available, and so this is good experience for them.
Of course, a part of the starting lineup, Malik Wellington. He was last year the captain of the national under-15 team.
Yeah.
So that says a lot about the youthfulness of this program. Janoy Stedman in goal. What a moment he had in the Da Costa Cup in that penalty shootout. So here is Stets, the number 10, trying to push forward. That's Kenoy Banton.
They started the championship quite well, what's going on, but I know it's a controlled situation for them, because I don't think there's a desire to get these boys into Premier League, but it's a good thing being here and ensuring that they continue to get this experience. So I think for this competition, though, it is something that they certainly will be desirous of going all the way, because it's not one that gives promotion. And he's a player that they're going to have to keep an eye on. Limehall's number 10, Campbell, creates a lot of havoc when he gets on the ball. In the last game, he did do much for Limehall. He was quite busy for them, who created an assist on the first goal.
Here's a delivery. Not cleared yet. Now it's booted away. Still alive for Limehall with the number 12 there, Shaquille Kane, sending that one towards goal.
Yeah, making their intents known pretty early, Limehall.
Here's Stats Elite trying to build from the back. Ball booted forward from Wellington. Limehall trying to get possession, but there was an infraction there. Stats Elite play it down. Of course, these younger players will not be as used to the physicality of senior football, and in the early stages of this match we're seeing that unfold. Drop ball. Limehall in possession here.
I have to say, last season in the championship, this team Limehall did have a glorious opportunity of returning to Premier League, and many said it was indiscipline from players and didn't go this season, not in the playoffs. So certainly want to do well in this competition.
Of course, they've been in the Premier League before, 2 seasons ago,
and did have some good moments in the Premier League, especially early in the season. Just didn't get the rub of the green, as they would say, and in the end, enthusiasm went, and
the moments of luck didn't go their way.
Yeah,
Remember
certainly.
a match you did on a Sunday.
It was with Cavalier, and Nolly Robinson scored from off the hand, and it didn't go their way. I think they left that game with a point. You just have to, you're left to wonder what it would have been like had they gotten that big scalping Cavalier, who at the time went on to win the title. It was a good team nonetheless, but they did show good moments in their last game, and you expect them to really provide some challenge here for these youngsters. They'll also want to keep an eye not just on the number 10, but Diogo McKenzie, who got a double in the last game. He's on 4 goals for Limehall.
Here's Stats Elite trying to work their way on this left-hand side. Cut it in, getting the shot off, straight to the keeper. Leonardo Saunders was alert and has thwarted any danger. Ball sent forward. Limehall still trying to probe. Here they are in possession.
As I told you, this team did start the championship really well, the Stats Elite. So there's quality in this squad for sure. And if players were good enough to win the Costa Cup, you want to feel like this is a second tier level. Yes, it's a big step up, but if they're quality players, then at this level they should be able to compete, and they were doing so. So I expect that they would certainly give some challenge to this Limehall team.
Here's a ball, straight to Saunders once more in goal.
And in this type of condition, it will be tricky for them. If I know Coach Wedderburn's team are always very direct and also heavy flank players. So we'll be looking for them to go forward quite quickly. In transition, 2-3 passes, and they're looking to go ahead. And these conditions ripe for them. to play that type of game and look to be very attacking and shoot at will.
Yeah. Stets trying to get onto the end of that one. Ball poked in the area, but Limehall doing a bit of defending. There's a bit of a muddy puddle there. Unable to get around it. Here's Limehall now. Diagonal ball. Straight to Janoy Stedman in goal for Stets Elite. Number 12 there for Limehall Elite, doing the business. Kane ensuring that the ball goes into touch. Stets Elite taking the throw quickly. Ball sent in the path of Stedman, but cleared well by Limehall Elite. Diego McKenzie there was in the middle of the park. It's swung wide to Kane. Can he find a delivery? Was hassled and hounded, appealing to the referee for some form of leniency, some call his way. Referee not going that direction
exactly,
at all.
And I think players should quickly adapt. You know, you probably come into a game thinking, okay, that's normally an infringement, but referees will pretty much give an indication of how they will referee the game. So he's not getting that call. So next time round, I suspect we will see him fighting a bit more to keep possession, because there's not going to be any easy calls here. Happy that the rain, the downpour, a heavy one, is eased up. We do have a drizzle still, or a little more than a drizzle, but good enough.
It's a rizzle. It's not a drizzle. Not a rain, it's a rizzle.
To ensure that not
Banton
much
trying
puddle.
to get around, but he was thwarted there. And Saunders gobbles that one up quickly. Ball won by Stets Elite. Here they come now. Strong challenge that coming from Limehall.
Well, at least we're getting equity from the referee. No call on that one in terms of an infringement. So they'll have to, make do with it. They understand that he's going to allow some form of physicality. It is a contact sport. Sometimes we forget that, and every contact made, it's as if we want a free kick.
Shot from distance. Going over the top.
Well, not over the top. It speaks a lot when a shot on goal goes for a throw-in, which is what just happened now. But I'll pardon him for that because of the condition and the wetness here, and just try to make proper contact with the ball and just skid off the boots. Have to hit very much through the line of it, most part. Yeah, that's Campbell for you.
Carlos Campbell.
Yeah, that's him for you.
Weave his way through the traffic.
I guess they say when you are of that frame playing football, slender, you're going to have to pack a lot of skills in those feet, because you're not going to deal with the physicality quite well. Like I said, did provide an assist to Mackenzie in the last game against Wi-Fi United.
Ball putted forward for Stets Elite. Trying to connect with Shamar Stewart there, but thwarted. Lovely ball forward. Stedman came and he was very calm, very confident.
It was good football all around because the pass was exquisite. The run just timed to perfection, but so too the goalkeeper leaving his lines.
Tajay Stevens there, playing it off the Limehall attacker for a throw-in for Stets Elite. Here's Limehall once more. Oh, that's what you call an old-fashioned chop. Here's the delivery. Header on, Stedman Didn't get the first save, and he has to follow up twice. And finally, he's able to hold on to that one and keep the scoreline in parity.
Yeah, pretty steady from Stedman. Again, leaving his line consistently here. So the reading of the game, very good. It's not about always the flashy saves, but just the ability to read the game and thwart danger before it materialized into something uncontrollable. Certainly spread himself, made himself big, and was quick to react as well for a double stop.
Here's Stats Elite trying to show that pedigree that Rambo Wedderburn spoke of last year.
Notice both teams really, when they go forward with intent and pace. Condition right for that in terms of cool condition, ball zipping across this surface, this greasy surface.
Tetzeli trying to cobble onto that one. Was Kaim Lewis there, fighting for possession still. Here's an opportunity. Lime Hall had to defend, and they did that well.
Again, it was Campbell, as I said, not the most physical player, and as such was put under some pressure and gave it away. But when he has an opportunity to run at you, he can be unstoppable at times. Yeah, cover not close enough, nor is support. A real 1v1 situation.
Here's Lime Hall. Campbell. Lovely ball forward.
He shaped.
Stedman had a nervous moment there.
I said he was steady before. That wasn't so steady from him.
Not at all.
But again, lovely move. It was Campbell at the heart of it in terms of disguising that pass. Seemed as if he was going to shoot. Then play that pass through the defense. Again, you can only play that pass if the run is made, and it was made.
Lots of space for both teams in the middle of the park. Here's Lime Hall. Lovely through ball for Carlos Campbell. Good defending there to get between ball and man. Good recovery from the Stets defender.
Yeah, Stedman did leave his line, but it was a bit too risky to leave it to run to him because Campbell was right there, and all it needed, if you miscalculate, there was a toe poke, and that could fly past Stedman into goal. So yeah, that was steady from the defender just to clear his lines and have his defensive unit regroup. Campbell wants to play it inside there. Surprisingly, Lime Hall hasn't committed a lot in the box, just 3 players in there.
Here's a corner kick.
Almost finding one of those players though.
Booted out for a throw in for Lime Hall.
And I see what Stets Elite just did in terms of that corner kick. And I've used that strategy as well. We're leaving 3 players high. And when you do that, then the opposing team will at least leave 4. And they have 1 taking the corner kick. That makes 5. And so it doesn't leave them with a lot inside of the box. But the stage of the game dictates you do that because, I mean, if a team is chasing it, they're not going to leave 4 back with your 3. They're going to take the risk to go forward. And then you'll be light at the back. So it's about moments in the game, stages in the game. That's how you play strategies. You adapt as the game situation changes. Campbell was coming back from an offside position. Maybe he should have been up much earlier because it's been a long time it was playing out there. Should have come out to the offside position much earlier. As you rightfully say, just a lot of space in between the lines for both teams. It's like you have defense and forward midfield almost non-existent. 1 or 2 players. Lime Hall coming forward. That's a lovely ball, but good cut out from the defender. Stets now goes on the transitional play. 1 pass. And looking to go forward here. Lime Hall backing off and backing off. A lovely turn. Oh, that shot didn't match. It was beautiful turn there, but in the end, Banton's shot went way over. But the turn was exquisite though. And again, we could hear the coach from Lime Hall saying it's too easy in the middle. We just lamented that it doesn't seem as if both teams quite willing to commit players midfield, a lot going forward and defense. But space is a lot. Campbell uses it.
Here's Lime Hall trying to come forward on the right hand flank of the attack. Ball sent in the area. Stedman hasn't been very steady with the ball.
Yeah, he's handling. And again, challenge for him. Now he has called for
some help. Yeah,
some help. Must be suffering some discomfort. But an open contest, we have to say, Dean. Both teams, once in possession, always looking to go forward, always looking to break lines. And once in possession, both teams in the middle of the park getting some joy.
Prince Perry going down, of course, the Stets team using the opportunity to get some instruction from their coach, Omar Wedderburn. Lime Hall doing the same as well, to the left of our vantage point. Popeyes Challenge Cup 2026. Knockout football in the island of Jamaica. The kind of football that realistically gives every team a shot.
We did have some other matches played today. I know Falmouth was eliminated from the competition 4-2 on penalties. They were in Westmoreland at the Untitled Sports Complex. And
the victors in that match was Reno FC.
Yeah, after a 1-1 scoreline, Falmouth led with 2 minutes to go in the contest, and with that equalizer, a late comeback from Reno, and in the end they finished it off in penalties.
Almost had a moment that it could have been a match decided on penalties in the televised match here at Stets between Met Forest and Humble Line, but Met Forest, they were able to hold off the late surge and they come out 2-1 victors. As we see a halt in proceedings here, play down for Lime Hall Academy. Play resumes. Lime Hall in possession. Gives it away. They're moving the ball quickly, Stets. Wellington. Kaim Lewis on the ball now. Pokes it forward. Banton. Can he get around? Gets it across. Glorious opportunity. Wide! Oh no! Kaim Lewis should have done better with that one.
Well, certainly should have done better. It was lovely work to get that ball inside. Two Stets players were teeing up. And like we saw in the first game where for Met Forest, they sorted it out. It certainly was sorted out just now. But in the end, he couldn't sort out his feet enough in time to, or well enough to get a shot on target. That one should have been nestled in the back of the net in that far corner. And Stets Elite should have been leading this contest by a 1-0. That's the clearest chance we've seen at this moment. Stets might have a problem, Stets Elite here, because Stedman is down again. But Dean, that was certainly an opportunity for them to go ahead.
Big
work.
Big opportunity, the clearest chance.
The creator of the chance, though, did a
would have
lot
had-
of work.
I think it was the number 10 Banton, if I'm not mistaken.
But laid on a, Yazir would like to use that term, on a platter. But yeah, here he is. Inadvertently fell to him because that was a poor first touch from his teammate, but it went right into his path. Here we saw, and just hurried. We'll give the defense some credit because they caused him to hurry, but even so, at least on target, and anything on target, the goalkeeper was out the picture, out the frame. That needed a finish and not shooting there. He try and hit it, not try and guide that one into the bottom corner. Some warnings here for Limehall that you're the home, as they always say here, they call it the home of the champions. They are the champions at the Costa Cup level, looking to become the champion in this Popeyes Challenge Cup.
Here's Limehall. They push it forward. Opportunity. Just eluding the player who advanced well. Still alive for them. They need a square pass. Straight to Janoy Stedman. Still showing some signs of discomfort, but was able to get the job done on that occasion. Stedman. Stetzelit in possession. Here's Kaim Lewis. Creates a lot of space. Guides the proceedings to the middle of the park. Lovely ball forward, but just couldn't connect well enough with the intended target. Here they come again. Lewis. Goal kick for Limehall.
Don't make it drop, don't make it drop, don't make it drop. Effort. Yeah, man, you have to scream. Yeah, man.
Throw taken by Limehall. Here's Carlos Campbell.
Yep, there's no contending whose throwing that is. We did have Stetzelit disappointing with the throw-in before this one.
Stetzelit get in possession here. Limehall with an opportunity. Stedman in control. Here's Stetzelit trying to drive forward, stripped of possession. Limehall now going through the middle, ball forward, and the shot had to be saved by Stedman.
Yeah, it looked like he got a nick on it, but referee's not sure that, the assistant wasn't sure at first, but yeah, certainly touch. I'm not sure, still think it was going to go wide, but Stedman couldn't be sure about that. That's again a lovely ball, and that's a concern for Stets Elite. So often Lime Hall has been able to penetrate that defense with those passes in between centre back and wing back, and at times between centre backs.
Here's Lime Hall. Shot from the number 12, going wide of the mark. That's Shaquille Kane. Stedman goes long. You did mention that there's a directness about a Randall Wedderburn coach team. Here's Lewis for Stets. Sent in the area. This is an opportunity, you know. Still alive. Can he get the shot off finally? Oh, he was forced wide and eventually skied over the gallery.
Well, in the end, it was a pass.
Here's Lime Hall trying to build from the back. Under pressure there, but they managed to still keep possession. Good movement from Lime Hall. Solid defending from Dante Hewitt.
I had to get to that one. My player was right between the lines. He was marshaled by a defender, but still had to prevent that one going through.
Get up. Oh, my ball! Oh, my ball!
Wellington getting a talking to from the referee for that ill-advised challenge.
Maybe the best means here is not to go maybe in the air with this one all the way, but if he can get it, it's a good distance out, enough for him to get it either up and down, but if he can bounce just in front of the goalkeeper, that will give him a lot of problems. Under normal circumstances, it's always difficult for goalkeepers, but in these wet conditions, certainly multiply that
Carlos
difficulty.
Campbell.
Yeah, he went totally aerial. Felt he should have tried to get it hitting just before the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Skidding off this surface. And with the slope and that wetness, yeah, it would have been a problem for Stedman.
Who hasn't really impressed, as we know his quality is.
He made two blocks early in the game, which was quite good, where he made himself big. Getting down might have been a challenge there had that one just skidded off the surface.
Lime Hall in possession.
Yeah, just a heavy touch, but he recovered in time just to shift it.
Ronaldo Hansen, the player, hat down.
Reggie Newman, RJ Newman, was the player who committed that infringement. Just for a moment, and I could understand RJ just trying to win that one because the touch was heavy. That second one, and it just looked like he would have gotten there. But recovered from another occasion, it was Hansen.
Here's Kaim Lewis for Stets Elite. Turns away from danger. Still in possession. He receives the ball once more. As RJ Newman, among others, to aim for. That's Prince Perry. Gets it now to Newman. His square pass in the area, headed away. Perry. Not what's required here, but the intention and the willingness to shoot, something that you can never make light of.
Yeah, his approach was all about shooting just now. This was one thing on his mind. Again, always going to be difficult, the execution in this type of condition.
Throw and take it. Dante Hewitt trying to steal a few yards. The fourth official, Keita Nicholson, bringing things back in order. Still a free kick for Stets Elite. Sent in the area. And bundled over was the attacker. It's to be the number 15 for Stets Elite.
Marion Stewart, is it? Shamara Marion Stewart.
Yeah, that's it. It's a free kick in a dangerous position, just outside the 18-yard box. Kaim Lewis among the candidates standing behind this one.
Now let's see how they look to execute this one. Can they get it hitting off the turf? It's quite enticing though to try and see if you could nestle this one into a top corner. But if it's anything to go just around the wall on the inside, although that area has some traffic in there, so.
Foreman wall set up by Leonardo Saunders, the custodian for Lime Hall. Kaim Lewis is there. So is Hewitt. I think it favors Hewitt.
Yeah, possibly, yes.
He goes straight and, oh my, did that go in and out? Or was it just off the crossbar and out? So very close. Nervy moments for Lime Hall. That was a wonder strike. There was a genuine thud, a thump, but it's still life for Stets Elite until it was broken up there by Lime Hall. They're still under pressure though, and they
bailed out by the
illegally,
referee.
yeah.
Yeah, but that was the closest we've come to either of these two teams breaking the deadlock. It's a well-executed free kick. Strike. Make really good contact on it. Just didn't come down enough. Let's have a look here. Lovely whip on it.
Wow.
Goalkeeper beating all ends up. Just look at it. Over the wall. Just didn't come back down in time. The proximity from goal just didn't afford him to be able to bring it back down. But that was a very good try, if there was one. Really well done by Lewis.
Yeah. Hewitt launches this one forward. Lime Hall trying to regain control. Of course, Stets Elite, they have grown in the encounter. Solid play from Malik Wellington. Still, Stets Elite in possession. Referee will dish the first card of the encounter. I think that's the number 9. Is that Hansen? Oh no, it's actually the number 5 player, Javari Mitchell.
Yeah. It was a firm challenge. It appears initially he got ball, but it just been a little bit over the top. He's still remonstrating. Maybe he's, in his case, he did get ball. It was just a firm challenge. I did hear the sound of the ball. I'm not sure if it was a little bit over the top, not quite clear. The referee was closer.
Hewitt. I can see why Kyle Lewis took over the duties in the prior kick.
Didn't bother to contest for that one because it was far away from goal, so he said, go ahead, Hewitt, show what you would have done. It was never going to be better than what
I did.
Lewis did. We've seen on the return of a ball. Seems like anywhere Lionel goes, there's a problem with having enough balls in terms of keeping the game flowing. I think at their game where they beat Wi-Fi at one stage, we had to wait like some 2 minutes for a ball to come back into play.
Wow. The referee had a bit of handling of the ball just now. You can see why he went to referee. Wasn't the most fluid at all. Here's Stets Elite. Got the shot off. Saunders watched it and he knew exactly that it wasn't troubling the goal. But a keenness to shoot from the Stets Elite players and
why not in this type of condition, as we said? Not easy for goalkeepers. Always going to be difficult to handle. But certainly in this last 10 minutes or so, it's all about Stets Elite.
Boston forward. Stedman equal to the task, yeah. They've really grown in confidence, the Stets Elite team, you know.
Yeah.
Playing through the lines with consummate ease.
Not on that occasion.
Yeah.
Commentator's curse, maybe.
I tell you. Here's Carlos Campbell. Lays it off. Back in the area. Not saved. And that's the finish that they needed.
Yeah, certainly we've been talking about Stedman and his handling. We just mentioned it's difficult to handle in the rain. He should have handled that one much better than he did. Yeah, going across his body, but at his level, he certainly had to do better with that one. And in the end, it's the number 9 that got the goal.
I think it is Ronaldo Hansen.
Hansen.
Here's another look at it.
For that one.
On hand. It was Hansen actually who made the delivery, yeah?
Shot, yeah.
And it
Yeah,
seems
the
to
number
be
14
Diego
is Mackenzie again. That's his 3rd in this Challenge Cup. It's 5th for Limehall. Scored a double in the last game against Wi-Fi, and he's at it again. A cautious goal if there was one, but certainly. The man in form in this Challenge Cup for Limehall. And I tell you what, probably leading the charts, who knows. But that's his 3rd.
How does this young Stets team, or Stets Elite team, I must correct myself, respond to this?
Coach Wedderburn not liking the physicality shown here from Limehall, but they're really stuck in here. They were under the coach, and again, another goal that we could say came against the run of play because it was Ted's elite for the last 10 minutes or so before that goal. That's how it is, moments in game, and you just have to make teams pay when you have them on the ropes.
Here's an opportunity. Had to be cleared, and it has been cleared. Lime Hall trying now to play out of their own half. Of course, that has been something they've struggled to do in the last 10 minutes, notwithstanding the goal. Ball forward. Lovely turn. If he had the finish commensurate to that turn, it would have been something of beauty, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would have been, but I'm really disappointed. And so often we see this locally with Anderson just now doing the lovely work, and just now to have the composure and the calmness to look up and decide what's the best option. Just get too excited, carried away, and a wild swing at that one. And had he just laid it off for teammates in the channel, then that bit of work would have had an end product, and he would have gotten more plaudits for the work he did. Now we'll just quickly forget it because there's nothing tying it to our memory.
RJ Newman swinging that one towards the goalkeeper. Hansen had the assist earlier. Does get the call again. Throwing for Lime Hall. Stedman alert to the danger.
When it comes on to leaving his lines, I mean, he has that part, but in terms of the handling, a little bit to be desired of in this game.
In this game, yeah. Good movement from Lime Hall.
Always going to run away from Campbell, but again, yes, good slick movement from them. It's really good when your technique is good on a surface like this. It zips across, it makes for good watch.
Thrown for Lime Hall.
As I said, I can't say it enough, Dean, how pleased I am to have knockout football back on the calendar. I just feel we need to do it, and as soon as possible. Extend it to parish teams, and then you give meaning to the parish knockouts. Not a lot of parishes playing knockout football these days because they're saying, you know, they don't have a lot of resources, and to put it into it more so, it's major league that they mainly play for the promotion to the championship. Lots of parishes having their major league winding down. It is a World Cup year. I know on Monday I'll have my hands full and back in Trelawney with their major league final to be held at the Trelawney Multipurpose Stadium. Yeah, that's happening on Monday, Labor Day. But yeah, it would be good to have parish teams. So a layer starting, and then you really have the David and Goliath thing because it's all the way down to teams at that level. And
it gives them the opportunity to dream. Yeah.
Yes, and I had that opportunity a couple of times with my Holland team. Got knocked out one year by Montego Bay United a slender loss. It was only 1-0. A penalty, and I dare say now a dubious one as well.
Well, that's it for the first half of this encounter. Stets Elite versus Limehall Academy. Of course, you could dare say the schoolboys from Stets, they have shown their own class, but Limehall, fortuitously, they were able to get a goal against the run of play. The ball falling nicely to Diego McKenzie, who is in a rich vein of form in this Popeyes Challenge Cup.
Well, rich is an understatement. Boy, he's flying. He is flying. 3 goals to his name. And again, giving his Limehall team a valuable lead going into the halftime break.
It's 1-0 for Limehall ahead of Stets Elite.
Popeyes Challenge Cup, powered by Popeyes, Lasco, Connex, Best Dressed Chicken, Red Stripe, Mackay Security.
Lasco Food Drink is everything you need to support your family's nutrition. Have it at home or take it with you every day for all-day energy. Lasco Food Drink has your favorite flavors, including low-sugar options, so you sacrifice nothing. Packed with protein, calcium, vitamins, minerals, including iron. Lasco Food Drink is the winning taste and nutrition for your family. Nutrition never tasted so good.
Also try Lascola Soy as a lactose-free alternative.
I challenge you to a race tomorrow. Challenge on.
Here at Connex, we reward innovation, resilience, and creativity. These are the core values of Connex. Connex, Caribbean engineers at work.
Here at Stets for football, Popeyes Challenge Cup for 2026. The halftime score, Limehall leading Stets Elite 1-0. Omar Wedderburn having a chat with his charges from Stets Elite. Somewhere, I believe, Kimani O'Sullivan is waiting to have a chat with somebody from our sponsors. We'll throw to him in a short while. But before that, let's look at the highlights. There was some drizzle in the start of this one. That header providing some problems for Janoy Stedman. Was a bit unsure in some moments of this game. Another big chance for Limehall. It was bigger than it perhaps should have been, as Stedman was not off to the races. But Stets Elite, they had their moments as well. Look at Stedman doing the business, getting the ball across. Kyle Lewis, all he needed to do was place it on target. The goalkeeper, Leonardo Saunders, was frozen in time. Lima Hall again, trying to come forward. That shot forcing a save from Stedman. Perhaps would have gone wide, but he needed to make sure. Look at the strike with ferocity. Kyle Lewis hitting the crossbar, and it just didn't go the direction he and the Stets Elite team would have wanted. More action. That not handled by Stedman and Diego McKenzie. Just being at the right place at the right time. That's in the DNA of a striker, of a goal poacher. Diego McKenzie is that man. Let's look at the numbers behind this game, the first half. All of 14 shots, 8 for Stets Elite. They had 1 on target. Limehall had 4 though. 1 corner to Limehall. They also dominated possession with 52%. 13 fouls, 7 to Limehall, and they also had 1 yellow card. And no red cards, no offsides. Kimani O'Sullivan, has a lot of aura. Let's see the guest he has for us in this halftime break.
Thank you, Dean. I'm joined here by, of course, other than my good friend from the launch. She's category manager of Go. Marsha, it's so good to be here with you. Second location where we spoke. How good does it feel to be here and contribute to such a product like this?
Well, it's been a great experience despite the horrendous rain that we had earlier. In our punches, we have our which has absolute hit with the peanut punch. Peanut for drink.
Yeah, it has been awesome. I saw 2 players who participated in the first game. They were by your booth enjoying. How good does that feel from a sponsorship perspective?
It feels great because these are supermarkets into the mom and pop shops and to promote and then really great. It's been awesome for us.
Yeah, one of the great things about football is even though the rain is pouring, even though it comes down sometimes, it still continues, it's still going. Lasco is still here, your booth is still set up as well. Speak to me about just how the reception you've gotten here at St. Elizabeth, in St. Elizabeth.
Since we've been earlier, since I've been to us.
Love. Love is when my uncle gave me the money to help start my shop. My auntie and I made her famous recipe even more delicious. And it starts with the best dressed chicken and a little extra love. No, my shop is famous to the people that matter the most to me, my community. So I only serve the best dressed chicken. Raised without antibiotics, it's only the best for my customers. If anyone's going to add something to my best dressed chicken,
It's going to be me.
only the best can be called the best dressed chicken.
Lasco Food Drink is everything you need to support your family's nutrition. Have it at home or take it with you every day for all-day energy. Lasco Food Drink has your favorite flavors, including low-sugar options, so you sacrifice nothing. Packed with protein, calcium, vitamins, minerals, including iron. Lasco Food Drink is the winning taste and nutrition for your family. Nutrition never tasted so good.
Also try Lascala Soy as a lactose-free alternative.
the internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winford Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVMTV.
So much more than entertainment.
What is the Popeyes Challenge Cup? The Popeyes Challenge Cup is Jamaica's newest and boldest football competition, featuring David versus Goliath matchups as the best of the best in the country's club football take on those in the second tier of club football. It's a straight knockout competition featuring 25 teams, 7 from the Jamaica Premier League and 18 from the Jamaica Football Championship, the second tier. The 7 JPL teams are invited and are ranked based on their finish in the current season, as they will not enter the competition until after being eliminated from the JPL playoffs. The JFC team seedings are determined based on their rankings in the league as at May 2. Teams will battle it out over 6 rounds to determine the winner. So how does it work? Round 1, the play-in, will feature 14 teams, all from the Jamaica Football Championship. Pot 1 will have 5th to 10th place teams, and Pot 2 will have teams seeded 11th to 18th. Round 2 will have 8 JFC teams, the 7 Round 1 winners, and the 4th ranked JFC team. Pot 1 will have the top 4 ranked JFC teams, and Pot 2 will have the next 4 remaining teams. Round 3 features 6 JFC teams, 4 winners from Round 2, and the 2nd and 3rd place teams, and 6 JPL teams will enter the competition, excluding the JPL champion. Pot 1 will have the top 3 ranked from both JPL and JFC, and Pot 2 will have the others. The next round is the quarterfinals, featuring the 6 winners from Round 3, the JPL champion, and the 1st place from the JFC. It will be a random draw with no pots. Teams then proceed to the semi-finals and the final. Each team will get prize money based on how far they advance in the tournament. A total of $4.75 million in prize money will be paid out, with the winning team taking home $1 million. There's also a $50,000 purse for the top goal scorer and the winning coach. Get ready for the newest and boldest club football competition in Jamaica. This is David versus Goliath. This is the Popeyes Challenge Cup on CVMTV.
Popeyes Challenge Cup, powered by Popeyes, Lasco, Connex, Best Dressed Chicken, Red Stripe, Mackay Security.
Welcome back to St. Elizabeth Technical High School in Santa Cruz in St. Elizabeth. Popeyes Challenge Cup 2026. Round 2 action between Stets Elite and Lime Hall. We've seen 45 minutes of action. Lime Hall with the 1 goal advantage. Second half action now. Dean Smith with Dwight Jeremiah.
Yeah,
Lime Hall in the red with gold embellishments. Stets Elite with in blue and yellow. Here's Kaim Lewis for Stets. Trying to force his way forward. Has gotten by a few players. Still Kaim Lewis. Can he find a shot? Gets it across. And Leonardo Saunders just doing enough. That was perilously close there. And the number 15, Shamar Stewart, couldn't find the finishing touch there, Dwight.
Yeah, Lewis had done some great work there to get into that area, and in the end just couldn't get enough contact on that. But that would have been the making have Lewis written all over it, because it was his work, it was his persistent but good close control as well. And Lime just couldn't touch him, and even more so when he got into the box, they were scared to even put a foot. So Stets showing, and they're kicking to that part of the field where they would love to, or they like kicking to, in the latter part of the game, just going down the slope. They love it because it's like going downhill. And a little way it is.
Here's Lime Hall in possession. Carlos Campbell, the diminutive maestro in the middle of the park. So much skill. Miss good pass, and now Stets can go from the back with Lewis. His ball forward, telling, but headed safely to Leonardo Saunders.
Yeah, he had to make proper contact with that one because certainly Stets not applying enough pressure upfield. Anderson had to get his head onto it, and in the end it was a crucial one. Yeah, so certainly a lot for Stets to do. A situation where trailing this one at home. It did look good early in it, struck the crossbar. Lime Hall, they struck the back of the net, and that's the telling thing.
Here's Lime Hall. Can they have a double strike? Not just yet. That's Saji Anderson, the captain for Lime Hall. As Premier League experience, Saji Anderson.
And definitely using it to the benefit of this team. Yes, he's the player that just got with an attack from Stets. That switching the point of attack, just had enough header on it to get it back to his goalkeeper.
It's up on yourself now and stretch good.
Here's Lime Hall. Ball spread to the wide area. That's Kane. Or was it Jelanda Williams? Perhaps it was. Nonetheless, it was off target.
Whatever. One thing is for sure, yeah, you're right. That's the what is sure. It's off target, way off target as well.
Here's Kane. That's Williams, Jelanda Williams. Hassled and hounded. Brought down. Stedman had to hold on to that one safely. Pass forward. Stewart was the target, but he couldn't hold on to it. Yellow card shown to the number 15 for Stets. Shamar Stewart. Must have been something he said to the referee. Throw and taken quickly. Ball won by Stets Elite, Stewart. Booted out by Hewitt, but it's kept in by Williams. Some defending had to be done from a Stets vantage point, and Stevens doing the business there.
Showing good strength as well, Stevens. As a defender ought to. He's not going to be out-muscled here. And despite the persistent work from Williams, kept in at bay and then effected a challenge that saw the ball going out for a throw-in and a chance for his defensive unit to regroup. Stets looking to make a triple change coming up. Knowing that this is knockout, you can't hold back.
Haven't been playing bad, Stets Elite.
Not at all.
Here's Newman. Tried the Trivella pass there. Didn't get the right contact, and Saunders was able to latch onto it.
Yeah, that's the one option he had. Had to play it. He was always under pressure.
Well won.
Campbell.
Newman gets it in the center. Lewis there, missed control. Wellington. Here's Lewis again. Atonement made. Can he get by one? Does have deceptive pace, but didn't
really
work.
Good defending just now. Kept his eye on the ball.
Williams plays it forward for Lime Hall. This is Hansen. Gets it back in the area. Good save from Janoy Stedman. Firm hands. And that forced it out for a corner. It was Diogo McKenzie looking for a double. And it would be a double-double if he had gotten it.
Yeah. A substitution.
Rich vein of form.
Yeah, just look at this one. Ball squirted out to him. And let's see. Probably going on the other side of the post. But Stedman had to be sure. But boy, did he strike that one really well, hitting through the line. The ball is wet like that. No fancy net for the technique, and we see number 12 coming out for Stet 7 going in, 4 coming out, 11 going in.
Also the number 6 player going out. So number 6 is Justin McPherson. He enters. Number 11, DeAndre Barnett. And number 7, we'll get some confirmation of that one in a short while. I'm all trying to capitalize here. They are forced away from the Stets goal. Stets win it high. Can they have an incisive pass? No, they can't. Carlos Campbell. Janoy Stedman holding on to that one.
Yeah, the game on a knife edge. It's just one goal in it. And we've seen so far that both these teams are prone to mistakes at times, and even so has in their locker the ability to create a moment of quality. So that one goal is certainly not enough.
Here's the number 7 for Stets. Didn't have the final pass. Here's Stets Elite.
And then again from Limon. The defending here is a simple art that they're doing, which is just keeping their eyes on the ball, because there are some attempts by these Stets attackers to execute some trickeries, but Limon so far remaining firm and keeping their eyes on the ball.
Here's Hewitt on the ball for Stets. McKenzie. Hewitt with a solid header. Further headed away by Wellington. Still alive for Lime Hall. Shot wide of the mark.
Yeah, it was not just a solid header, but we saw that shot flying by because there were 3 Lime Hall players teeing up at the back post. But again, Lime Hall testing here and looking to shoot at all at every opportune moment. Yeah, whistling cross. That was what, Mitchell with that one. Next goal in this one is going to be crucial because Stets gets it and momentum could be with them. Them all. Stets might just feel it's a little bit too much for them.
Carlos Campbell sprays it to Williams. Keeps it in. Square pass straight to Stedman. Ball poked forward. Lewis in a great opportunity. He's handled or manhandled.
Critical, looking as if he was the last defender, was he? No, it was having cover. There was cover. Yeah, he had to, because he made a crucial error, one that could have cost them, because the attacker would have been through on goal. But yeah, number 4 for Limor, showing the yellow card. That's Kelly. Kelly.
The official is being called.
Yeah.
Just outside the area. Some conference from the team of officials here.
Whether or not he was the last, maybe they're thinking about whether he was the last defender, whether the defender on the other side was close enough to be considered cover. On the evidence of the replay just now, he was outside the frame of it as well. So, you know, if it was a red, then you could see the reason why.
Keto Nicholson, the 4th official, experienced FIFA referee as well.
It's going to be red.
It's going to be a red.
Yeah, it's going to be red. Not surprised, because like I said, the recovering defender was far away and was never able to convert himself into a cover. He was still recovering and couldn't throw off the recovery side of that, or the re-side of
Here's
that.
another look at it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just, and
so
we're talking about
from
before,
the play,
at that moment.
At that moment, yeah.
And the other shot would have shown it better, the previous one, because at that moment when he grabbed onto that jersey, there was never a cover, and he would have, and he was the deepest defender. So, both these teams have an advantage, one on the score sheet, one in terms of the number of players on the park. Stets would give
Stets
that.
Elite, they have a big advantage in terms of the quality that Kaim Lewis has from the dead ball. We've seen it in the first half.
Yeah.
Rattled the crossbar, went on the underside of the crossbar and then back out.
Can he rub salt into the wound of this Limor team, from a red card sustained here to possibly an equalizer produced?
Kaim Lewis leaves it alone. Newman wide of the mark.
And you're always curling away in Newman.
It was actually DeAndre Barnett, I believe. The number 11 who's come on.
Yeah,
that's Barnett.
Yeah, Barnett for sure. Unmistakable. Well, when he's turned around.
I thought Lewis should have taken that one, you know, from the evidence of what we saw in the first half.
So we must now look to see what Limor will do in terms of, they have the advantage on the score sheet. They're at a disadvantage in terms of numbers on the park. Down a player, up a goal.
Stets, for their part, they were able, with 11 Limor players, to carve them open on numerous occasions.
Yeah.
And you could say that there's been an increase in quality in the players who've come on for Stets Elite. So let's see if this numerical advantage pays dividends.
And the music keeps on playing, and the people them I say we are mash up the
is the Popeyes Challenge Cup. The Popeyes Challenge Cup is Jamaica's newest and boldest football competition, featuring David versus Goliath matchups as the best of the best in the country's club football take on those in the second tier of club football. It's a straight knockout competition featuring 25 teams, 7 from the Jamaica Premier League and 18 from the Jamaica Football Championship, the second tier. The 7 JPL teams are invited and are ranked based on their finish in the current season, as they will not enter the competition until after being eliminated from the JPL playoffs. The JFC team seedings are determined based on their rankings in the league as at May 2. Teams will battle it out over 6 rounds to determine the winner. So how does it work? Round 1, the play-in, will feature 14 teams, all from the Jamaica Football Championship. Pot 1 will have 5th to 10th place teams, and Pot 2 will have teams seeded 11th to 18th. Round 2 will have 8 JFC teams, the 7 Round 1 winners, and the 4th ranked JFC team. Pot 1 will have the top 4 ranked JFC teams, and Pot 2 will have the next 4 remaining teams. Round 3 features 6 JFC teams, 4 winners from Round 2, and the 2nd and 3rd place teams, and 6 JPL teams will enter the competition, excluding the JPL champion. Pot 1 will have the top 3 ranked from both JPL and JFC, and Pot 2 will have the others. The next round is the quarterfinals, featuring the 6 winners from Round 3, the JPL champion, and the 1st place from the JFC. It will be a random draw with no pots. Teams then proceed to the semi-finals and the final. Each team will get prize money based on how far they advance in the tournament. A total of $4.75 million in prize money will be paid out, with the winning team taking home $1 million. There's also a $50,000 purse for the top goal scorer and the winning coach. Get ready for the newest and boldest club football competition in Jamaica. This is David versus Goliath. This is the Popeyes Challenge Cup on CVMTV.
Tune in to Lead Story, weekdays at 6 p.m. Hosted by Jody Ann Quarry.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVMTV.
So much more than entertainment.
Hey, what's up, one?
Hi, I am Candy Pang.
What a guan?
What a guan?
That a guan, pa.
What a guan? What a guan?
What a guan? Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 a.m., 1:30 p.m., and 10 p.m. on CVMTV.
That's a guan, pa. What a guan?
Major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
Every dream conquered is another dream gained. I land and I fly again like a jet plane. Headed straight in your direction, 'cause I'm wiser, one step closer. I'm winning 'cause I work so hard.
Here's Tetzelit. Ball forward. Giving earnest chase.
Excellent defending there. In terms of, he wanted perfection in terms of getting the throw in, but his defensive work was well done. Excellent work. That was Kane on that far side.
Ball swung in the area, straight to the Lime Hall goalkeeper.
Turn touches, turn touches.
Diego McKenzie. Good touch.
Hey, we're not on the left back now, we're not on the left back now.
Good turn as well. Ball trying to split the defense was cut out well.
Yeah, Stets recovering from a big defensive lapse, I feel, and I say lapse, it didn't look like anything to some persons, but that ball went.
He's onside. Can he find the finish? Trying to turn. Saved off the line. And what a big moment for Stetzeli to keep their chances alive here. Lime Hall kicking their luck.
Or maybe it's a big moment for Stets in the present here. But what about the future for Lime Hall in terms of a big moment for them at the end of this contest if they are not to walk away with the win? Because that was an opportunity to really give themselves a cushion, and boy do they need it playing with 10 players.
Ball in the area. Banton. Insult to injury. Stetzeli. Under a minute later, they've been able to equalize when Lime Hall had the goal at their mercy. You just mentioned it.
Yeah, I didn't finish my
big
statement.
moment for Lime Hall.
You say I'm a Jeremiah the prophet. But certainly, yeah, when those moments happen in game, if not immediately, later on, depending on the result, you'll rue those moments. That was a big one for Lime Hall. Big one. And they missed it. But in the end, a big one for Stets. And they grab it. But the player who gets it, you would say deserve it, because he has been there and thereabout a menace for them, for Lime Hall. And it's going to be difficult now because Stets, with their player advantage, on level pegging, winning their sales. I mean, do you think the goalkeeper, come in? I mean, I don't think he needed to. His defender was recovering and probably just made it easy. So often when we see players, you see the touch there and it went into goal. He wasn't going to get that heavy touch. If the goalkeeper was on the line, then he would have come out and just claimed that one. Look at the touch. It wasn't a controlled one, running away from the attacker down the hill, as I mentioned. Goalkeeper would have gotten that one had he stayed on his line because the defender was challenging. So in the end, you put that down to a lapse from the goalkeeper. And Lime Hall at the moment will rue their luck at one end and the mistake at the other.
It's even Stevens because there was a lap in the first half for the Stets Elite goalkeeper that really gave an opportunity.
In terms of goalkeepers, it's level, you'd want to say. In terms of the game, it's level. In terms of the men on the park, not level.
Not level. And in terms of the balance of play that we've seen, that hasn't been level either.
Yeah, so Lime Hall has a lot to do. But that goal should have been finished. I think it was McKenzie. Was it McKenzie with the chance for Lime Hall? Twisted and turned, and just there was a slight connection on another player which took the sting out the shot. And the Lime Hall players stood to watch it running while Stets reacted to clear off their lines.
And you know what I think? If I think that had been at the other end of the field, the ball would have, based on the slope, it certainly would have rolled into the back of the net. Here's another look at this opportunity.
Was onside.
McKenzie turning again, getting the shot off.
Gives Tedman some credit because he was the one who got some contact onto that, which took the pace off it, which allowed the defender to recover. But McKenzie, you would have bet on him scoring that one. The weight he has been going in this challenge, Popeyes Challenge Cup. 3 goals in 2 games, and 4 in 2. You feel would have really put Lime Hall in a really good position to see this one out, having a cushion in the event they conceded, which they did. Now it's level.
To their credit.
But that still is something that Lime Hall find some comfort in or some positive thoughts in the fact that with 10 players, they just created that chance. They were able to carve this Stets defense open, and they will back themselves to be able to do it again.
RJ Newman for Stets did well to recover. Here they come again. Still having possession of the ball. Stets Elite. Can they make it count again? Still alive. Lime Hall now trying to go the other way. The target man is Mackenzie. Solid defending that for Wellington. One high from RJ Newman. Racing. Trying to poke it in the area. Couldn't do it. But it's still alive again. This is Barnett. His chip ball forward. Can't connect.
Yeah. Has some lovely passes in his foot, Barnett. Defender did well. Just to obstruct the run of the attacker without creating the infringement.
Always good to see the development of these players. In 2022, I remember Barnett being a part of the under-16 team for Stets, won the All-Ireland competition here in this very venue, the National All-Ireland competition. Banton was a part of the under-14 team that finished second to a stellar Jamaica College lineup that included Jamoon Lyles, who we've seen what he's been able to do since. So always important to see the development of the players. Of course, Malik
it's good
Wellington.
That you're talking about Stets, yes, and the progression shown gives me a lot of hope as well.
Yeah.
Just losing out at the under-14 finals rural area thing. So yeah, hopefully the players will make that transition.
That transition as well.
And be able to go on and win stuff. But that's what you want. And a lot of the teams in recent times that have gone on to win the senior title at schoolboy level would have done very well
at the junior level.
Junior level.
And I think that's what you need.
Yeah, most certainly.
I don't think you should have a team dominant at the under-16 level. Perhaps not so much even the under-14, but at the under-16 level, and you can't translate. I think that's a hallmark of a weak system.
But even more so, it just goes to show that, you know, the progression, the development along the way is vital in terms of having success.
Throwing for Lime Hall. They're certainly not giving Lime Hall players a lot of room on the ball.
Yeah, Campbell for once, his touch eluded him.
Here's Banton. Didn't find the pass. Apologizes quickly. Good head of that from Barnett.
Yeah, you saw what he was trying to do there. Yeah. March felt they were through.
Quarter of an hour left in this matchup.
A lot of time for a winner. I think I'm all using the time, given good work from goalkeeper Saunders, because you want to give your players even a precious few seconds to rest their legs, because they have to work overtime being a player down.
Here's Hansen for Lime Hall. Game is certainly getting more and more stretched as time wears on. Carlos Campbell, the referee.
Yeah, that's a call. Campbell sneaking around on the blind side. The defender knew he was there, yes, but just did enough, Campbell, to get it. And what's the call here? Referee indicated it was a free kick for Lime Hall. And the yellow
assistant
card.
Referee in the region apparently agreeing that it's a free kick. Here's a look at it.
Oh, he's saying it's inside of the box, or inside the box. Is that what we're getting from this, the first assistant here? Yeah, so it is, it should be much to talk about. Let's have a look again. Producer giving us a lovely work here. Certainly, that was yards inside of the box. I don't know. I mean, I've seen stranger things happen, but certainly that was well clear. Well, Lymall with a chance to come back in this one. The only contention was whether or not it was a foul, and it certainly was.
It certainly was a foul.
Campbell did so well switching to come on this near side. He had started out on his natural left side. But we're going to have Lymall's number 12 is the player to take this one.
Tricky Kane.
Kane. Big moment for him to restore Lymall's lead. Well, you spoke about Stedsman exploits in the DaCosta Cup. You'd want to reproduce a step back in the past to create a special moment in the present.
What can he deliver? Janoy Stedman. What can Shaquille Kane deliver for Lime Hall? The battle of 12 yards.
Yeah, if anything, the time taken for the decision to be confirmed as a penalty. Lime Hall decided late, though, who would take it, coming from the coach. This is the coach's decision.
We hear the whistle. Kane buries it. That Lime Hall regain their lead. And with that, they are tiptoeing towards the next round in this Challenge Cup. Brought to you by Popeyes.
Yeah, big penalty there for Lime Hall. Really big one. A pressure one as well, because they're down to 10. They know they need the cushion because 10 minutes to go or so. It certainly is a big moment for them. And let's have a look again. Yeah, certainly from that look, it is an infringement. It was in the box. Stedman gets the right way, but when you have a penalty, always going away from the goalkeeper, would continue to go away had it not been the side netting. It's always difficult to save those. So execution perfect. And Lymall back in front.
Ten minutes left to go in this encounter, as indicated by Diego McKenzie.
Substitution for Lymall, their number 15 has entered the park.
CJ Gibbs, he replaces said
McKenzie, the goal scorer. He's not going to add to his thing. Could have. And he's going to hope that that penalty holds, because he had a big miss just before Stets Elite found the equalizer. They have to go against it, but they won't be daunted by it because they have shown good sign. Yeah, just got onto the arm. And
he knows it.
Yeah, not much complaining,
yeah.
no. But it was an error defensively with that header.
Here they come again. Barnett plays it through for Lewis. Lewis doing well to shake his man. Still Lewis gets the call from a dangerous position again. Barnett immediately goes by. Lewis is there as well.
Yeah. Lewis has been a constant threat throughout this game, and more so in the second half with his measly runs. Barnett wants to go over it, but it would be difficult for the left footer, you feel.
Yeah.
They don't want a serve, into the box. They certainly want a shot on goal. Barnett, as good as he is not a Lionel Messi, which we've seen from those angles. It's crazy. I remember one in La Liga years back. The left foot did strike from a very acute angle, and I think it was a black and goal, and it was really something special. But I think Lewis, with what he did in that first half, will back him having a strike here again. another substitution. They stepped up one bit from 22 to 23, so 22 player coming out.
It's Williams.
And 23 going in.
Romeo Gordon, yeah. It is Kaim Lewis standing behind this one. Three-man wall.
Yeah, I think it wanted another play.
I think so too. Lewis, can he get it on target? Straight to the keeper! And he had to make the save, and he did. Once more, Lewis showing his worth from the dead ball. But Leonardo Saunders.
Maybe just needed that one to dip just a bit in front of the goalkeeper. Didn't think it quite did that. Got it on the full. Let's have a look. See if it did. No, got it on the full. And that one just dipped in front of him. Could have been problematic. But comfortable light for the goalkeeper. And the parry was away from danger.
Lewis gets it across. Stets Elite trying to rally. They know time is against them. Prince Ferry got that one forward. Solid defending that. Ball couldn't go through. Here's Hewitt for Stets Elite. 84th minute of the encounter. They have the man advantage. Can they get back in this encounter? Limehall push that one forward. Stedman with the big clearance.
Yeah, I would have preferred to, not where he intended at all. I would have preferred it going downfield. That went out of the field, the playing area. Limehall having too many officials standing. Referee wants just one standing in that technical area. But you can understand with them leading with just about 5 minutes to go and down to 10 players.
Here they come again.
Yeah.
Corner kick for Limehall. Saunders able to hold on to it. Limehall. Offside flag. Did have the finish, but won't count.
Time winding down here in the 87th minute. Limehall again with change, just trying to freshen things up. Limehall.
And we're at the clock as well.
Yeah, breaking the momentum. Stets will have their number 9 is the player coming out.
That's Hansen,
who provided the assist on the first goal. Javon Smith will come in his stead. Hansen's pass for the assist was a lovely one as well. So yeah.
Encouraged to remember the assignment, the incoming player, Javon Smith.
Huge clearance from Stedman.
Throwing for Stets Elite.
A good attempt from the substitute Gibbs to try and keep that one in play.
Lively clearance that from Gordon.
I guess you're going to see that for the rest of this contest from Limehall. Just, it's going to be a lot of passion in it, a lot of intensity in the defensive work. And I can tell you what, when you are leading a game by a goal, down a player, a booming clearance or a sturdy challenge is as good as a goal scored in terms of
The
giving your team a lot of energy to play and purpose.
Ball forward for Limehall. Couldn't get the finish, the substitute CJ Gibbs. Stets pushing players forward, and that leaves gaps at the back, understandably so.
Yeah.
Gibbs couldn't capitalize on that occasion for Limehall.
Yeah, they're going to rule going behind, getting the equalizer, getting the advantage. If it were to end like this, they want one more push to maybe take it to penalties. Limehall will want to close this one out. Just the quality here from Stets. Anxiety maybe causing some errors. And throw in for Limehall.
I think
it should be for Limehall.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
We're into minute number 90 now.
Yeah. Stets needs to find a way. What is going to, I think, every Stets player, technical team, and supporters here in the park will be looking at the fourth official.
Duncan was rallying there.
What amount of time they'll get to try and effect a comeback. Yeah. Stets will be looking for anything like 4 or 5 minutes. Maybe.
Not sure there was that amount of stoppages though.
4 minutes?
Yeah.
4 minutes it is. Well, something I think they'll be looking for when it came, so let's see what they can do with it. Percy has come into the park, the number 23, that's his alias.
Romeo Gordon.
Yeah. Presidential, I guess, in terms of being ever present and doing what is required, taking control of situations. No pressure on the ball. Limehall defensive line drops, swings around.
Good move from McPherson here. Wins the throw.
Yeah.
What can Stets Elite do?
Well, like I said, I spoken earlier about other results today. Falmouth against Reno. It was
Banton didn't get the kind of cross that was necessary at that moment to throw in.
It was 2 minutes to go. I understand when Reno equalized and went on to win 4-2 on penalties. Not trying to jinx this here for Limehall, but just saying.
Barnett with the delivery. Gibbs didn't have the best touch. Still alive. Banton gets it across. Throwing for Stets Elite. 2 minutes of the 4 have gone.
That they should have gotten a free kick, but didn't see the player making much of it. It was more coming from the bench. The coach is thinking that maybe it was an infringement. Now they get one and a chance to load the box, serve in the box. They still have 3 players back. Stets don't know why they would want to do that. There's no Lime Hall players that is back. I mean, turning to the coach to ask if they should go, but I mean, when they look around, there's no Lime Hall player.
I think Janoi Stedman should be there.
Not Stedman, the other defender, the lone defender, high up, should be down closer.
I'm just saying that at this moment,
Yeah.
even Stedman should be there, yeah.
We're into the third of 4. An in-swinger here, expected. Too much on that.
Too much on that one.
on that. Quality lacking there now. Time running out for Stetzeli. A good moment from open play. Did hit the crossbar from a Lewis free kick.
Another chance here for Stetzeli. Here's Lewis. Wellington.
That could have gone anywhere.
Yeah.
But was favourable to Lime Hall. And they're in some 26 or so seconds to go in this one.
Stedman has to push it long. I thought you would have. Opting for calm.
Yeah.
Here's Lewitt. Hewitt, rather. Gets it out wide. Lime Hall needing to defend well. They did just that.
Yeah, gave them time to recover.
And that's the full-time whistle. Lime Hall Academy from St. and they continue their march in the Popeyes Challenge Cup. They move on to round number 3. Stets Elite. They had a man advantage in the second half. They equalized in the second half. But the brilliance of Carlos Campbell with a darting run, a run filled with guile, drew the foul in the box. And though it needed some amount of deliberation, the penalty was given. And it was safely dispatched by Shaquille Kane. Full-time score, Stets Elite 1, Lime Hall 2. Full-time highlights now. Early pressure from Lime Hall Academy. Janoi Stedman, a bit unsure in goal at that moment. He grew into the game though. Came forward on that occasion. Needed 2 touches to get control. Stedman doing good work here. Got by, got it across, was laid on a platter for Kaim Lewis. But he served it cold. Lime Hall having more opportunities here. That shot perhaps was going wide. Stedman didn't know that. He needed to make a save, and that he did. Their shot from the free kick. It rattled the crossbar. Underside of the crossbar, back on the line and out. The backspin doing the undoing of Kaim Lewis there. Few moments later, Lime Hall would pounce. And Janoi Stedman didn't have a firm hand on that one, didn't parry it away from goal. Diego McKenzie getting another. What a season he's been having in the Popeyes Challenge Cup. He lives to go on another day. That shot, testing the keeper, he was equal to the task. Here, Kaim Lewis doing a lot of good work, was hacked down, produced a red card. After some deliberation, free kick was wide. That resulted. Diego McKenzie had a big opportunity here. Stedman had to be big and then recovered to knock it away from goal. Big clearance. Jono make that. Banton needed just a slight touch, and that was good enough to bring it into the goal. Leonardo Saunders over-committing. And Banton with the strike that brought back Stets Elite in the encounter. big ball across. Campbell got around his man and he hacked him down. And that was that. Shaquille Kane from the spot doing the business there. Shot here from Kaim Lewis, testing the keeper. His second attempt from a free kick, showing his quality, Kaim Lewis. But Leonardo Sanders did just enough. The full-time whistle given. Lime Hall advancing. Here's the numbers behind this game. All of 25 shots. 13 for Stets Elite, 12 for the Lime Hall, 10 on target, 6 for Lime Hall, 4 to Stets. 2 corners apiece. They had the majority of the possession, did Stets, 57%. 24 fouls in this one, 13 to Lime Hall. Stets had 2 yellow cards, Lime Hall had 1, and they also had a red card, and they had 1 offside. But the all-important stat, that gives Lime Hall a place in the next round, is that 2-1 scoreline at the top. 2-1 over Stets Elite. They beat the Schoolboys from Santa Cruz. Second of the double header here at the St. Elizabeth Technical High School Sports Complex. The home team knocking out, bowing out here at this stage of the competition, Dwight. Lime Hall from the parish of St. Anne, they continue to march on.
Yeah, it was a good performance from them. They went a goal down. Well, they went a goal up, then went a player down, and Stets equalized, and they just found a way. They played well on the counter, you have to say. And Campbell, who was good all game, just made a switch to this near side and created that special moment that gave them the penalty. And in the end, they were able to see it out. All hands on deck. They're looking a good unit for this knockout competition. Some teams are built for that, and they're good for it for sure. So they're going to be a handful for any team they come up against. I suspect they could make a deep run into this competition.
We're standing by for the post-match interview. Kimani O'Sullivan should have both coaches at the end of this match, but we'll throw to him in a short while. Of course, the shot of the ground here at St. Elizabeth Technical High School. Always happy to see some of the
showers. Didn't have puddles out there, just zip across the surface. So that was really good. They didn't have rain for about 2 weeks, I was told by principal here, Wellington, and the showers open up. But football, in some places, 6 stumps bring rain. Here at Stets, football brings rain, and as such, we had it today, but it didn't affect the play. It was really good for football in the end. Good cool conditions, zippy surface, and Lime Hall made the most of it. The Stets will be a bit disappointed the fact that they did have the man advantage and found the equalizer, but couldn't push on in the end. And as such, they see themselves bowing out of the competition. But I guess their objective would have been met because they kept the bulk of their D-Cup winning team active. I think some 5 players from the squad last time out that won the Costa Cup will not be a part of it again. But nonetheless, that's just a small portion of what you'd call a 22 or 30-man, 25-man squad. So lots still to work with. The Stets Elite. And like I said, I saw them early in the championship, and they really gave a good account of themselves, not desirous of promotion to the Premier League, but they will want to stick around in this competition, which they will in terms of the championship. But for the Challenge Cup, they are bowing out at this stage, and it's always interesting to hear what Coach Wedderburn has to say at times when it's going to be a case where he has something for us.
Let's hear from Kimani Sullivan. He has Omar Rambo Wedderburn.
Stets Elite coach Omar Wedderburn. Coach, on the losing end in the first edition of the Popeyes Challenge Cup, but I'm sure it was a good experience nonetheless.
Yes, honestly, we definitely deserve this rest. Since January in the Champion League, that is the Tier 2, coming up to now, we actually have 1 month before we actually start our schoolboy campaign. So I think, I don't like to lose, but I think this lose, we deserve this one, because mentally we can get our brain reset and ready for the upcoming schoolboy competition. So, nice game. I really enjoyed the game this evening, I saw the boys push and, it's a nice platform this to really be on.
So I'm sure you're looking forward to future editions of this competition. Maybe you can win it one day.
Yes, man. Honestly, I really like it. And, as we say, we use this as a building stone, good run to Lime Hall. They really come and play hard for it and they actually come out victorious.
All right, thank you, Coach. All the best.
Big up, number 1.
All right, that was Stets Elite Coach Omar Rambo Wedderburn. He's known as here in these parts. And now I'll be joined by the assistant coach of the winning Lime Hall team. He's Travis Irons. Sir Irons, I just want to say congratulations on the victory. Another win for Lime Hall. How good does it feel?
Well, it's a wonderful feeling coming so far to get the 3 points. I just want to say kudos to the guys. Well done. It's a good job.
Yeah, and it's a good advertisement for St. Anne-based football. Lime Hall is flying the flag high here in the Popeyes Challenge Cup. How proud are you of the boys to put on a performance like this in a competition like this?
Well, as I said before, it's a very pleased performance coming out today, a wet condition. I just want to say thanks again to the guys, put in a hard fight as we go again.
Yeah, and Lime Hall has been one of the standout teams in the competition thus far. How did you get your boys ready to participate in this competition and do so in a manner like that?
Well, the guys, they're always sticking together. It's just look at each and glitches, but we get in there, we stay together and continue to do the good work.
Does it feel like you can go all the way, Coach?
Definitely.
All right, looking forward to it.
Yeah, man. Thanks so much.
All right, back to you, gents.
That's how we wrap it up here from the St. Elizabeth Technical High School Popeyes Challenge Cup. Let's look at the moment of the match. Red stripe moment of the match. This goal converted by Diego McKenzie. Hansen sent it in a dangerous area. Janoi Stedman playing in the path of the poacher, Diego McKenzie. He delivered. Full-time score, Lime Hall 2, Stets Elite 1. Popeyes Challenge Cup for 2026. The third round draw on CVMTV tomorrow. You have to be there. CVM at sunrise. Join them for that. And we continue to track the Popeyes Challenge Cup. Get a meal from Popeyes as well.
Popeyes Challenge Cup, powered by Popeyes, Lasco, Connex, Best Dressed Chicken, Red Stripe, Mackay Security.
Looking for reliable ICT technical support in the Caribbean? Look no further than Connex. Stay connected with your loved ones and businesses, no matter where you are in paradise. Connex keeps you connected. Upgrade your network and embrace solar energy for your schools and businesses. Connex ensures seamless connectivity and sustainability. Connex, your trusted partner for telecom networking, software development, and solar installations. We design, install, connect, we deliver.
Lasco Food Drink is everything you need to support your family's nutrition. Have it at home or take it with you every day for all-day energy. Lasco Food Drink has your favorite flavors, including low-sugar options, so you sacrifice nothing. Packed with protein, calcium, vitamins, minerals, including iron. Lasco Food Drink is the winning taste and nutrition for your family. Nutrition never tasted so good.
Also try Lasco Soy as a lactose-free alternative.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVMTV.
So much more than entertainment.
What is the Popeyes Challenge Cup? The Popeyes Challenge Cup is Jamaica's newest and boldest football competition, featuring David versus Goliath matchups as the best in the country's club football take on those in the second tier of club football. It's a straight knockout competition featuring 25 teams, 7 from the Jamaica Premier League and 18 from the Jamaica Football Championship, the second tier. The 7 JPL teams are invited and are ranked based on their finish in the current season, as they will not enter the competition until after being eliminated from the JPL playoffs. The JFC team seedings are determined based on their rankings in the league as at May 2. Teams will battle it out over 6 rounds to determine the winner. So how does it work? Round 1, the play-in, will feature 14 teams, all from the Jamaica Football Championship. Pot 1 will have 5th to 10th place teams, and Pot 2 will have teams seeded 11th to 18th. Round 2 will have 8 JFC teams, the 7 Round 1 winners, and the 4th ranked JFC team. Pot 1 will have the top 4 ranked JFC teams, and Pot 2 will have the next 4 remaining teams. Round 3 features 6 JFC teams, 4 winners from Round 2, and the 2nd and 3rd place teams, and 6 JPL teams will enter the competition, excluding the JPL champion. Pot 1 will have the top 3 ranked from both JPL and JFC, and Pot 2 will have the others. The next round is the quarterfinals, featuring the 6 winners from Round 3, the JPL champion, and the 1st place from the JFC. It will be a random draw with no pots. Teams then proceed to the semi-finals and the final. Each team will get prize money based on how far they advance in the tournament. A total of $4.75 million in prize money will be paid out, with the winning team taking home $1 million. There's also a $50,000 purse for the top goal scorer and the winning coach. Get ready for the newest and boldest club football competition in Jamaica. This is David versus Goliath. This is the Popeyes Challenge Cup on CVMTV. St. Anne, the Garden Parish, known for its lush green vegetation and picturesque beaches. Lime Hall is a community in rural St. Anne, a place which offers tourists a snapshot of what St. Anne has to offer. And of course, there is football. Lime Hall FC currently carry the hopes of the parish to take home the first ever Popeyes Challenge Cup and play the role of David trying to topple Goliath.
Well, fancy our chance because we know we're capable of doing what we're capable of doing. We know we rise to occasion. Understand? And you know football going now in Jamaica. Once money involved, you're going to see a lot of effort come or show out.
Lime Hall beat Portland's Wi-Fi United 2-0 in their opening game of the competition to advance to round 2. But unlike the picturesque scenes of St. Anne's pristine coastline, it's not all glitz and glamour for the team that got to the nation's top flight in 2023.
It's really rough because last year we should have been in the Premier League by now. And this was the problem last year. We don't get help from nobody. It's just local people, me, my cousin, and even the ballers them come and help. And it's really hard on them because they don't have a job. And where football reach now, if money don't involve, it's not going to go forward because they're looking for something end of the day because they're hard-working players. And sometimes it's hard to turn around and cost the players them because we know where it's coming from. Understand? We was promised a lot of things and it doesn't fulfill, and if backlash come, we get the backlash, and it's not fair.
There is strong community involvement in the team's affairs. When we visited their training session a day before the Popeyes Challenge Cup match against Stets Elite FA, we saw some of the fans who play the role of the 12th man.
We're looking forward to the game, and we are trying to make preparation for us to reach to the game. We are a bit in financial problem, but we never give up. We as a team never give up. Understand? Even right now, I'm on the road trying to get assistance for helping pay the bus fare for the busman, but we don't give up on nothing. We still fight on, because we know we're capable of doing.
Those sentiments are shared by captain and left back Sajay Anderson.
The main cause is because the money problem. Some of them have to work to get money because we don't have any sponsor and things. So yeah, that's really the main part of it.
But the belief that they can go all the way still runs deep.
Oh, we have great quality, can reach far. Many people see that, but we just have to put in the work and hopefully get the proper sponsors and things to reach far. No, we're here to win it, but we have to do it game by game. Yeah, and we just have to keep focused and put in training and things to get where we want to be.
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yes. Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
Every dream conquered is another dream gained. I land and I fly again like a jet plane. Headed straight in your direction. 'Cause I'm wiser, one step closer. I'm winning 'cause I work so hard. And the music keeps on playing, and the people never say we are march up the night. Oh, what a feeling! Don't stop dreaming. Keep on believing in the power of the feeling. Whatever you want, take a chance. Song in your heart, step in your dance. You got a spark, don't be the dark. Shine your lights on.
This week on Farming Forward, we're coming to you from, whoa, look at that. Real. We're coming to you from Riverdale in St. Catherine. And we'll be talking to that young entrepreneur you just saw. He was picking breadfruits, but I can tell you about the chickens that he's been caring for all these years. He'll be talking to us about real yard chickens. Farming Forward. We're brought to you by Nutrimix. Tell me, Nutrimix. The big feed. The big feed.
Three giants of the Premier League. Reigning champions Manchester City. Brilliant. Title challengers Arsenal. And perennial giants Chelsea. Your favorite Premier League teams right here on CVMTV. Missed an Arsenal match? Watch the rebroadcast on Arsenal TV. More of a Manchester City fan? No problem. Don't miss a beat with City TV. Supporter of Chelsea? Catch all things from the Blues on Chelsea TV. See it happen right here on CVMTV every Monday at 8 p.m.
Hello there, it's Tuesday, the 19th day of May. I'm your host, Adrian Atkinson. A special welcome to our viewers at home and abroad and anyone joining us for the first time. We have an informative show lined up just for you today, highlighting some of the initiatives and developments taking place right here at home. Stay with us. Jamaica Magazine continues after this break.
Good day, I'm Lisa Rowe and this is your JIS News for Tuesday, May 19, 2026. Cabinet is to consider the proposed 16% fare increase for public passenger vehicle PPV operators when it meets on June 1. The commitment was made during a meeting on Monday between government officials and groups representing PPV operators. Cabinet had previously approved a 35% fare increase in 2023, with 19% implemented at the time and the remaining 16% deferred due to inflation concerns. Transport Minister Darrell Vaz says the government has since absorbed billions of dollars in fuel costs through its fuel pricing mechanism to cushion transport operators and commuters from sharp increases in global oil prices. Finance Minister Favour Williams says the government is now examining the best approach to implementing the outstanding increase while limiting the impact on consumers and the wider economy. Representatives of the transport groups reportedly indicated that they do not intend to take strike action at this time, but stressed ongoing concerns about rising operating costs within the sector. CARICOM is expressing serious concern over escalating hostilities in the Middle East, particularly military activity affecting the Strait of Hormuz. In a release issued on Monday, May 18, the regional body said the conflict had caused significant loss of life, threats to civilian infrastructure, and growing instability in global markets. It warns that disruptions in the Strait of Hormuz, a critical global shipping route, are already impacting energy supplies, international trade, and freight costs, with small import-dependent countries expected to feel the effects most severely. The community has reaffirmed its commitment to the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, stressing that transit passage through the strait must remain safe, free, and uninterrupted. CARICOM is calling on all parties to respect international law, protect seafarers and vessels, restore safe maritime passage, and immediately de-escalate tensions. The regional body says it will continue monitoring developments closely while supporting diplomatic efforts toward lasting peace and global stability. The National Water Commission, NWC, is advancing several upgrades and targeted assessments of major water and sewerage infrastructure. The investment is focused on improving resilience, treatment capacity, and continuity of service. Acting President of the NWC, Kevin Carr, says several projects are underway in and around the corporate area to improve the collection and treatment of wastewater.
We are currently undertaking upgrades in sections of the corporate area, downtown Kingston, Duane Park, etc., to improve how wastewater is collected, treated, and safely returned to the environment. The long-term benefits are significant. First, it's to improve environmental protection. Second, more reliable and modern systems. And third, better quality of life for households and communities.
Mr. Carr, who was speaking at a recent JIS think tank, says other initiatives include comprehensive studies of critical water assets. These include the Hermitage Dam for possible reconstruction and expansion, as well as a main water pipeline from the Yallas intake into the Mona Reservoir. Labor Day 2026 will focus on restoring key sports, early childhood, and